Breaking news, a Pelosi family member may be heading to prison, but not the one that you want in jail, because she is a insider traitor. Nancy Pelosi's trading strategy, because of disclosure laws, is public, and you can see what stocks she owns when she sells or buys them. And you can see that she's done pretty damn well. So the gray line here is the market. The market's doing well. But Nancy Pelosi is doing significantly better than the market. Nancy Pelosi is up 1,000%. Wow, it must just be dumb luck. Nancy Pelosi is the single greatest traitor in American stock market history. How did she do it? She's worth, wow, I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars. No one's quite sure exactly, but hundreds of millions of dollars. Something like $500 million Nancy Pelosi's worth. And, well, will that be able to buy her love in the Democrat Party? No. Nancy Pelosi is heckled out of multiple events now. Nancy Pelosi can't show her face in public anymore. She's actually being primaried by multiple leftists in California.
We're complicit in the Israeli crime of genocide.
Nancy Pelosi can't show her face in public because she's getting her dirtbag kid. Always judge people by you really can judge people by the way their kids turn out. I think that's a totally fair way to judge someone. Nancy Pelosi's son, Paul Pelosi Jr., has dodged federal charges once again for the 7th time after being linked to a money laundering and mail fraud scheme involving a San Francisco house for drug users. So it's a great family. Speaking of a San Francisco house, what about that guy who attacked Paul Pelosi, Nancy's husband, in his underwear? They were both wearing a hammer. Where they were both holding a hammer and having a great time. I don't know. Nobody's ever answered any questions about this. Who is David DePape? His kid says that he was being used as a sex slave. That's what his son says. His son says that he's a extreme left-wing BLM eco-activist. And he attacked Paul Pelosi. We have that on video, but what we don't have is what the hell was going on that night at the Pelosi residence. No one's quite sure. But we do know, because we do have video of this, that Paul Pelosi is a degenerate drunk. And could you imagine being married to Nancy Pelosi? Paul Pelosi that has been caught on tape. Not this tape of the very weird
literally said that
moment at the Pelosi house.
How you doing?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, man?
Everything's good.
What's going on here?
Right. Drop the hammer.
Nope.
Hey.
What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call.
So, yeah, that's strange. Again, we've received absolutely zero explanation for this. And we've received zero explanation for this.
I smell alcohol coming from your breath. I can see you're very unsteady on your feet.
And when Paulie realized things weren't really going his way, he pulled a, do you know who I am? Wait. Can we hear that one more time? And then this time keep it rolling?
Right, no, I understand who you are. And I'm not here to try to do anything.
I'm a high-profile person, says Paul Pelosi, after nearly killing someone with his car, driving drunk, in the middle of the night in Napa Valley. The cop making him do a sobriety test, he fails. Then Paul Pelosi gets dragged into prison. And Paul Pelosi was able to skate with some community service time, didn't even get his license revoked. And so Paul Pelosi is back at it. Pelosi family reveals promise Paul made to driver after apologizing for crashing again into another car. Representative Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, has apologized to the driver he rammed into in a dangerous hit-and-run crash where he got a DUI 4 years ago. Paul Pelosi accused of crashing into an unoccupied car now on the roadway in Yountville, a small wine town. He was driving close to the palatial estate vineyard that he and Nancy own because Paul Pelosi does all of Nancy's insider trading. Just a reminder that Paul Pelosi, the drunk guy who couldn't speak in the tapes, the guy who's standing there, nobody understands what's going on. This guy, the guy who's failing the breathalyzer and drive. This guy's allegedly the one responsible for these genius trades. So Nancy Pelosi is not allowed to trade the stocks herself. She has to have a family member do it. So it's Paul Pelosi who's so smart, the guy who's drunk driving, and has now been charged again with a hit and run. Let's go ahead and see. Nancy Pelosi's husband faces charges in Napa hit and run. Nancy Pelosi's husband is facing hit and run charges, allegedly smashing a convertible into a parked car in Napa County before driving off. This happened at 2:30 in the afternoon. A witness called 911 and pointed officials in the direction of a northbound vehicle seen colliding with the car and causing major damage. The collision also pushed the car's right tire up onto the curb, something that could really hurt somebody if they're like driving or crossing a lane or standing on the sidewalk. The witness says the vehicle briefly stopped, then drove away. After police tracked down Pelosi, the 86-year-old admitted to hitting something. He said he wasn't aware what he had struck. Oh, great. Just a reminder, this is the guy who's apparently the genius trader on Wall Street, the smartest man on Wall Street, this guy. Cops determined that the alcohol was not a factor in Pelosi's crash. It's almost more concerning, I think. Pelosi took preliminary alcohol screening tests and showed a blood alcohol level of 0. Therefore, driving under the influence was ruled out. Well, we know how corrupt California is. They could just rig something like that. Goodness gracious. Is this the damage he did? Paul Pelosi, husband of Nancy Pelosi, is facing a misdemeanor hit and run charge. Authorities say he struck a parked vehicle and drove away before his own car became disabled. So he didn't know that he had hit anything, but his own car was disabled because of his crash. The case will be referred to the Napa County District Attorney's Office. Possible prosecution. The California DMV will be asked to conduct a driver reevaluation. How many people does Paul Pelosi nearly have to kill? Remember, he already has a mugshot for drunk driving once. Nancy Pelosi's husband has a history of crashes, including a wreck that killed his brother. Paul Pelosi did kill his brother in a car accident. We have the arrest footage here. Paul Pelosi hit an illegal alien that was doing vineyard work in Napa and nearly killed him. That's the mugshot that he got for that. But Paul Pelosi, who should be spending the rest of his life in prison, he's very old, isn't. They won't file. It's Paul Pelosi. The DA won't file. He's different. He's been charged with another hit and run. You could do significant jail time for this if this is part of a pattern. You can stack the charges. What will happen? He struck a parked car. Take away his driver's license at least. He's a menace, obviously. But you guys have so much money. Why don't you just... You're like centibillionaires. Why don't you just get a driver? Paul Pelosi facing hit and run charge after he attacked and struck an empty car with his vehicle and drove away. I wonder why he left the scene of the accident. So was he day drinking? No one knows. Let's see. What does the actual car look like? Let's go ahead and see here. Maybe they have. This is crazy. It's crazy that this guy is doing this much damage. Like, this is the kind of damage that kills people. He's doing this much damage. His car is inoperable. He hit the parked car so severely. And they're just leaving him be. He's a horrible danger to everyone. But, I mean, I would say that his wife probably is a greater danger to this country. And both should be criminally prosecuted. I mean, can we just prosecute both? Why not? Why not both? Right? It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.